Cafe standards, that's corporate average fuel economy. And remember, we had the cheap, tiny cars. Had to have these cheap, tiny cars because we weren't going to have blood for oil. The free flow of oil at market prices was never a reason for the U.S. to engage its military anyway. Remember the first Iraq War, Gulf War I? All the criticism of George H.W. Bush, blood for oil. He was simply going to get hold of Iraq's oil fields as some kind of crime, when it was never the purpose. Heck, we didn't take any of the oil the second time around in Iraq, and by all rights, it was ours. But we didn't take it because we're being big people about it. We're the nation's big kid on the block, and we've got enough, and so we're going to go, and we'll do the dirty work of liberating Iraq and getting rid of Saddam Hussein, and then we'll give the Chicons the oil to show what big people we are. And yet the American left rips this country to shreds because everything we do is for oil. This is some kind of poison. Say these cheap, tiny cars. Then we built dangerous tiny cars because of blood for oil. Can't have blood for oil. Can't do that. And all this conservation, all these cafe standards, and all of these steps to reduce air pollution, and yet the Democrats are running commercials with kids wearing inhalers walking through the Capitol. Because now global warming is so bad, they're getting asthma attacks from CO2 that they exhale. So I'm just telling you, folks, it's a giant teachable moment. The last 20 years, 25 years of liberal solutions to all these problems, and we've still got the problems. We still have the same old problems, the same villains, the same old problems, only worse. And meanwhile, we're told the government can fix everything. Just turn everything over to them. Every aspect of your life. And the gasoline price comes along. No. That's big oil. Big greedy oil companies. Those rotten SOBs. If producing more domestic oil cannot impact world prices, then guess what? Conserving can't either. And this is an argument. If you've been here for the entire 23 plus years, you know that we've made all this talk about conservation. Yeah, it's wonderful. Everybody's against waste, but conservation is not a policy that leads to growth. And growth is what prosperity is all about in this country. Growth is where people's dreams reside. Growth is where opportunity exists. And without it, you have stagnation. Conservation does not lead to growth. It just doesn't. But according to Obama, neither does domestic production of oil. If domestic production of oil can't lower prices, then why and how in the heck does conservation do it? There's not one thing Obama has said today that could stand up to even the most cursory logic examination or application. Not one thing, folks. Not one thing he has said stands up to the slightest application of logic.